Hi, I'm Michael Joy. Welcome to Collage Talk. This is where I sit down and talk about some of the digital artwork that I've made. Agan Passage. The Winged Victory Nike is a beautiful classic sculpture. It's just the proportions are fantastic. And I thought that it would be a terrific expression of the density of that stone sculpture to be put on the front of a ship, but as light as a sail. That the spirit of the sculpture, the Aegean magic, that the power of that goddess was moving this ship forward. So very Mediterranean vibe on this one. Alice in Wonderland and the rabbit hole, and she has a little rabbit tail there, so it's a little there's an erotic play there, but also it's a very simple image that is, Alice probably looked like this normal person, and yet something about her was distinctly different. So Alice. Boathouse. These gallery houses, there's a name for them, and even though I've done this 3 times, I can't remember the name of these gallery houses. Usually they're sitting in a forest floor, a couple walls, roof, and all glass, and it's meant to be like you've built your own aquarium to live in. Those are more suited for water, at least if the water is not going to disrupt and flood your house. So this boathouse is about reflections and positive and negative, and the sky is reflecting in the water, and the house's roof is the same as the house's floor. So it's this reflective essence of nature. Somehow it's balanced. Minster or Westminster. I don't really know that much about London, but the idea of old books and old buildings, and to me, old books have this beautiful energy to them, as does old architecture. And you know, in its day, there are people that could read a building, you know, how it was built, what it meant. There's still people that can, but a lot of times people just don't even take the time to read something.
Can you read, my son?
Well, that depends. Can you go fuck yourself?
They'll just be like, oh, that's a beautiful building. In the same way that owning a lot of books makes you look smart, you know, well, you know, they're beautiful things, but Minster. And the buses are books too, if you notice. Bridge. This is just a little upside down tangle of the weight of a large ship passing over a small ship is upside down to begin with. And then it looks like the large schooner, I think it would be, should be some sort of freight train aspect. And yet there's no wind because you would see the wind on the still water. So it's this idea of frozen motion, and yet there's motion, but there's absolute stillness at the same time. So bridge. Butterfly Harbor is one of my classic images. This was, again, one of the early, I would say, one of the first 12. And it's where I began to discover mixing organic nature elements into historical handmade objects and sort of bringing the mix of human and animal together. And animal always wins in the sense of design and graciousness. I mean, the boat's a little kind of clunky with its little teepee roof, but the wings, the butterfly wings, just make it look like it's a magical place that these boats have pulled into, that they have some other relationship with nature than most fishermen do. Kalista's Passage. This is kind of my Hobbit type style image where you have the foggy forest, and but it looks like the people riding these animals and the calmness at which the animals are carrying these people, that these people have a connection to nature. I almost feel like the people riding could be talking to the animals at the same time, like, oh, watch your step, you know, here we go. Let's, you know, we haven't a couple hours till darkness. That they're collaborators on their journey, not man and beast.
Let's go.
High five. Ooh. High five right. Ooh.
Dude, what the fuck is Mark doing? He's trying to high five a human. God damn it. We're gonna get shot. Mark, come on.
What? Okay.
So it's it's a mother and 2 kids. So they're going somewhere important. I feel like they're fleeing something, not in a hurry. Caretaker. These old survey pictures from the 1920s of these big sort of classical houses, and I don't know what the condition of the houses were, but they weren't water damaged, but they were definitely empty. And I thought, well, who owns them and why would they be surveyed? Were they plantation houses and you just couldn't live in them? It was, you know, fell out of favor. So I thought that the caretaker, this ghostly woman, very fashionable, kind of mistress of the house, was still there. Her energy was still there, taking care of the house. So caretaker. Watering hole. So many people go to the Taj Mahal. I have not been, but I hear these remarkable stories. It affects each person. But I had been to Africa So I kind of put the two together, that this house was a safe sanctuary, that you have prey and predator drinking from the water at the same time, that this house of love, that there was kind of no attacking allowed, that it was a neutral territory, and it has just its majesty and its symmetry allowed. And if you look at the patterns of the animals and the patterns of the building, you know, both are patterned textures. So for some reason it just works together. I know I say that a lot, but this is what it's like to make work from the subconscious. They're not always sort of scripted programs. It's just what feels right. Watering hole. Valet. It's, again, one of the few colored images. We are coloring several of them, but this valet, these tiger colors in the house, the gold, the regal gold columns, and just so majestic. And I thought of Valet, that this guy really watches over the house, and that this house is indoor, outdoor, of course, the grass and the tiles. So the tiger doesn't look pissed, but he sure does look powerful. And I thought, you know, the wrong person comes to the door, and that valet is deserves a different name. Thanks for watching. Please remember, it's important to us that you like and subscribe to this video, and be sure to look at the website for more, michaeljoyart.com. Hope to see you there.